Yeah, so username properties, of course, it's a leading real estate in Kenya. We've been around for the last 13 years. We are tried and tested. So when we talk about real estate space, we understand it in out. So some of our biggest drivers have been customer experience, and customer experience is a lot of things. How we relate with our clients, how we deliver our titles, how we create the connections and the relationships, and so many other things. So apart from that, we also embraced tech. We have ensured that a client can be able to be onboarded and purchase a property without a lot of paperwork. So probably the only bit you can have in terms of paperwork is the sales agreement. But you can be able to book a unit, create an offer letter without a lot of paperwork. Then we have also ensured that the clients are very well updated. Every time you fill an offer letter, you get a copy. The client gets a copy, and our office also gets a copy. Yeah, so we are also known very well in the market for affordability. We pride ourselves in making land affordable, land ownership affordable, accessible, and possible for everyone. So our parcels of land are affordable, but they are value added, meaning that it's a parcel that you can buy and build and be able to commute to work. Yes.
And then after 13 years, is now the shift, the transition now to starting a Sacco.
Yes.
Which would be a subsidiary of the parent company.
Sure.
Which is username properties.
Yes.
I just want to understand the thought or the thinking behind that. Why the need now to start a Sacco as a different investment vehicle besides the property element of the parent company?
Yeah, so having been in the market for the last 13 years, we have learned, or rather we have observed a number of gaps. One of the gaps is access to affordable financing. So you realize that so many people would want to own a property, but there is no financial institution that is willing to walk with them the journey. So we thought it's a good idea that we be able to provide affordable financing in the same house. So we usually say username is like a house, or rather a home with a number of bedrooms. So you'll come from Sacco, get financing, go to the properties unit and be able to purchase a property. But apart from that, we all know that, financial inclusivity is more theoretical than practical, because out there are so many people who are not financially, who are not covered financially. And by covering financially, I mean there are so many people out there who probably are not Sacco members, are not bank account holders. So where are these people, and how comes they are excluded from the ecosystem? Then we also learned that a lot of the Saccos out here are so traditional, and what we will be bringing to the market is a very, very modern Sacco. And by modern, I mean that whatever we will be touching in terms of product innovation, speed of delivery, response time, and all those things will be very, 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 very fast. And most important, our Sacco will be digital Sacco. So from the word go, the customers will be able to access their information, could it be statement, notifications, any information that they require at the click of a button. Yeah, so the plan is to modernize, to revolutionize the Sacco ecosystem. Username has been very, very big regarding community. So we all know that, for example, for a bank, it's very, very capital intensive. The regulation from CBK is extremely stringent. So for sure, that was not a way that we could adopt, we could think about, not even think about, we knew that it was out of reach. Number two, if you look at microfinance or other microlenders or microfinance institutions, the cost of financing is quite high. So for us, we wanted to be able to provide affordable financing. So when we looked at all these options, our best vehicle was a Sacco, because first, a Sacco is community driven. People come together, people of similar interests, people who want to save, invest, and the requirements were within our reach. So that was the best vehicle that we could use to be able to deliver the big dream. Biggest challenge with SACCOs in this country has been governance. Any SACCO you see struggling is a leadership, it's just basically a leadership issue. So the reason why I'm very confident is that username as a company, or rather as a brand, is tried and tested. I think you know that for the last 13 years, we have not had any scandal. And it's not just by luck. It has been a lot of work put in behind the scenes just to ensure that we have a brand that has integrity, that is extremely clean. So the same thing we bring to the Sacco industry. What do I mean? So you find a lot of directors in the Sacco ecosystem fight about allowances. So in our Sacco, one of the very, very strong points that we are bringing out is that our directors will not earn an allowance, a monthly allowance. So instead, directors will earn honoraria annual based on performance. So that means that we will have a director's remuneration policy beforehand based on targets. So fights about allowances, fights about tenure to stay just because you want to earn an allowance will not be there. But beyond that, the directors that are there currently are tried and tested. Very, very people of very high integrity and people who are known to the market. So that gives me a lot of confidence, a lot of comfort, a lot of assurance that this Sacco will grow and will grow very fast because the foundation is very strong. Yes, so we appreciate the work that SASRA is doing in terms of regulating, especially the FOSA, the SACCOs who have gotten to the FOSA levels. We appreciate that work, but remember, a lot of these things cannot be regulated from third parties, from out there. It's about the people who are running that institution. What caliber of people do you have? Is their integrity questionable? So if you are able to answer those questions, SASRA will come in just as a matter of standard regulation. But a lot of regulation is internal, and not just internal, it's from deep down the person. My response to that question is that I would blame the SACCOs because, there are policies in place. If a loan requires collateral or guarantor and you decide to give loans without collateral, without guarantor, you are killing your own institution. So I would not blame even the peps, those people who are politicians out there, or not even forget about politics. It can also be within the governance or even the managerial level where people give themselves loans either at lower interest or without securing the loans. So, and I'm privileged to be at the leadership level at this Sacco. So our members of staff will be trained and encouraged to ensure they follow policy, because at the end of the day, if you disregard the policy and you decide to do what is not approved, then it's not just you who will be affected, but the whole institution and all the employees of the Sacco. But I would also want to say that the leadership, not just at the governance level, but also at the management level, are very, very well experienced. They have been tried and tested. They understand. They understand how circles are run. They understand the risks, what they need to avoid. Honestly, thinking about it, probably that should be the last of my worries, that someone will come, demand for loans without security. I mean, that is the least of my worries. Yeah. I know the non-performing loans have been a major issue, but most important is to ensure that our lending is secure. And of course, you may not be able to achieve 100%, but at least for us to have a reasonable percent of non-performing loans. And how we do that is to ensure we make it as simple as possible to get, especially internal guarantors, people who are already our members, and they understand that when you sign a loan for a member, what that means. So I think our model to have the houses, the groups, and for those members to be able to guarantee each other will be a game changer. Then also the fact that a lot of our members who could also be our username properties members have bought properties with us, and they already have their title deeds. So bringing them back to us as collateral will also be a game changer, because it will not only be affordable, but remember, it will also be it will not be challenging to ask them to secure their loans. Yeah, so we also are looking at going out and ensuring that we are very, very innovative in terms of how we secure our properties, ensuring that we have connections with our members, that their experience with us is so good, such that they don't want to break the relationship or to discontinue being members. That's also something else. So they would want to ensure that they are our members because of our efficient services and of the connections that we have created with them. That has been a problem in the market, and I would not call it a problem, because the problem is that most of the circles have been run very traditionally. So a lot of Gen Zs would relate the circles to their parents. So what are we planning to do differently at Username Sacco? Number one is innovative products. So we are bringing on board very innovative products out, probably very unique from what you've been able to see before. Number two, a lot of people have been discouraged from borrowing from SACCOs because of the need for guarantor. So what we are doing with our Sacco is that we encourage members to form a house or a group where if any of the members wants a loan, then you already have guarantors. You have people to sign for you. And it's not hawking a form, it's not begging someone to sign for you. They know they have an obligation to sign for you because you're a member. So together with tech, because I indicated that our Sacco will be a very digital Sacco, those three reasons, I'm very convinced with those three reasons that we'll be able to onboard a lot of younger people. And personally, I am a strong believer in SACCOs. And I keep telling our younger people that, especially Gen Zs, millennials, it's a bit different. I expect that millennials by now, they honestly understand the benefit of being in a Sacco. But for Gen Zs, it's just today they are young. Tomorrow they'll be having families. They will be wanting to own properties. I mean, this feeling like they will be young forever, I mean, it will change very soon. So I would encourage them out there to join Username Sacco, because we have very, very innovative products. We have a way to ensure they can be able to get loans without a lot of hassle. And most important, we are we are a digital Sacco. They'll be able to get all the services with a mobile or at the comfort of their sitting room. Yeah, I would want to give you just 2 examples of very, very innovative products that we are bringing on board, something that you've not been able to see out there. One of the products that we have is what we are calling a property loan. So, as I had said initially, we have seen a lot of people being locked out from owning properties because of the cost. You know, properties are capital intensive. So you realize that a lot of the real estate companies, the maximum period they give you to repay for a property is a year. So that locks a lot of young people and a lot of many other people who should have probably have had an opportunity, or rather they wanted to own a property. So how our property loan is working is that, assuming you want now to buy a property with Username Properties, and let's say this property is $1 million bob. So what happens is that you pay as little as 5% to Username Properties. Then you say that I cannot be able to pay this in a year because that's the standard timelines. So we ask you to go to the Sacco for financing. So the Sacco, as it is the rule for the Sacco, for you to get, let's say, a loan of 950,000, you need to have raised a third of that. So a third, let's say even it's 300,000, just an example, because I don't have the exact figures. So you will be able to raise 300,000, then you get the 950,000 loan, and there's no waiting period. So once that amount is disbursed to Username Properties, then immediately you are able to acquire the property. So on the other side, the Sacco will give you up to 36 months to repay the loan. So that means that for someone who is upcoming, a young person who is probably quite fresh in their career, or probably someone who has just started a business and they don't have a lot of money, they are able to raise a very minimum deposit and have very, very affordable, practical, reasonable monthly repayments. So I usually give an example, assuming this person is a 25-year-old. Maybe they just got a job and they are running 60 to 70,000. So you'll find that for some of our properties, for actually a property that you can be able to buy and build, you are required probably to pay 30,000 a month. So this person at 28 years, assuming they take the loan at 25 years, at 28, they already will have a property. Remember, the other of the loan they raised, the 300,000 I was talking about, is your money. So assuming you clear this loan and you want to come back and borrow for construction, maybe another 3 years. So by the age of 31, this person should have a home. And remember that 300,000 again, you will have earned rebates, because again, it's your deposits. And that's an amount that you can actually use again and again to guarantee you for an investment. Remember, again, once you get the title with us, again, if you need a construction loan, you use the same title for construction. So there's no legal fee, there's no charging fee. If you ask some of us, we have been through hell and back trying to use a title as a collateral. First, it's very expensive. You are sent to some lawyers. It's very expensive and it takes a lot of time. Remember, for our loan, as long as you can raise the minimum deposit and you can raise the a third for your loan, the a third amount to be able to get times 3 of your amount, you don't require any waiting period. So that is one of the products, and I am very confident that this product will be able to assist and empower a lot of people who had been left out to be able to own homes, not just even properties, to be able to own homes and own them when they are very, very young. So another very innovative product is our Diaspora Wezesha loan. So we have seen a lot of our people locally borrow money, especially for those of us who have diaspora relatives. So you want to borrow, but you know very well you have no intention to repay. So how is this working? The diaspora member, who is the username Sacco member, is able to borrow and support a family member. But it's the responsibility of the family member to repay. So that ensures that the diaspora person, or rather our diaspora member, or this diasporian is able to support their family without chucking the money themselves and creating responsibility and accountability with these relatives. So in future, we would also want to expand that to local, because we find a lot of people borrowing and maybe they have a genuine need. But because, a lot of us don't repay the loans, you can have someone guarantee you to borrow for you, borrow on your behalf, give you the money, but you should repay. So in this case, our member ensures is security for us. So we ensure that we deal in terms of risk and security with our member, but they are able to support someone who is really deserving and who has good intentions. Because again, you will discourage people who had no intention of repaying. The username Sacco is open to the public. Remember, the Sacco has been running. Initially, it was open to our members of staff, but then we got approvals from the ministry to open it up to the public. It's open to everyone, as long as they have the minimum requirements, is above 18 years, is of sound mind, and can be able to raise the required contribution, like the share capital, just 5,000, registration, just 5,000, just 1,000, and the minimum monthly contribution, just 1,000. So, and I believe this one, a lot of people can be able to afford. Yeah, and again, we are saying that you will not find any other Sacco that is as affordable to join as username Sacco. Yeah, so even as we reach out to our Gen Zs, we are telling them that username Sacco is not only giving you innovative products, it's not only a digital Sacco, it's also very, very affordable to join. Yeah, a lot of things. First is governance. Number 2, of course, governance comes with integrity, good leadership. Number 2 is customer experience. Yeah, very, very important, because the person who keeps you in the business is that customer. So you have to do whatever it takes to ensure that you have happy customers, and especially for our kind of business, 95% of our clients are referrals or repeat clients. Yeah, so if you want to stay long, you have to ensure that your customer is happy. Yeah, that's the secret. Yeah, and of course also product. So yeah, you have to ensure that whatever product you bring on board is something that the customers would want and you would purchase as client number 1. And that's specifically for the properties business. Yeah. We have very, very proactive, robust strategies to ensure that we grow our membership. And of course, some of them have talked about, to them about innovative products, member engagement, and so many other things, response time and all those things, digital access. So in the next few years, I don't see ourselves below the 2,000 membership mark, and revenue that is quite tangible. So I look at some Saccos, the biggest Sacco in terms of revenue, we all know it. They're talking about 3B in terms of revenue annually. They're talking about, I don't know whether it's over 100B in terms of asset value. So we see ourselves there. And the reason why I'm very, very confident is that there's a lot of gaps. There's a lot of non-inclusivity. So with our model, we are sure that we'll be able to net a lot of people who either did not appreciate the role of Saccos in the society or even in the financial journey to financial freedom, and so many of those people are willing to work with a Sacco that understands them. So, I mean, the sky is not even the limit. I have a very robust team. We already have our vision written down, our strategy very clear. So we need to pursue that vision shamelessly. Yes. Yeah, to our larger team at Username Properties, Username Sacco, just to remind them, we appreciate every single effort. So for us, we don't just appreciate effort, results, we also appreciate effort. We value them. I would want to personally thank them for the role they play to ensuring that we serve our clients and we give them the best. To all our stakeholders, including to the board of directors, we appreciate the role they play to bring the vision, not only for the Sacco, but also for the Username Properties to life. We appreciate the support, the guidance, the wisdom, and we value them so much. To our clients out there, especially first to the Username Properties clients, thank you so much for trusting us. The loyalty keeps us going and enables us, or rather inspires us to raise the bar higher. So for all potential members for Username Sacco, we are here to re-engineer, to redo how Saccos are modeled in the country. And you cannot have any other best Sacco apart from Username Sacco. We'll have very innovative products. We'll make it very easy for you to own properties and to access affordable financing.